So without getting into spoilers, the movie ends with like a big tease of like maybe there's more to come and the story's not quite finished. So could you maybe say more about like what the future might hold for you both?
Zach has a lore for this project that extends something like 800, 900, 1,000 years, right? I think it's like, I don't know how many hundreds of years back and how many hundreds of years forward. So, I think when you've spent 30 years creating a project and worlds like this, the scope is endless.
Mm-hmm. I'm not sure if I know what the future holds necessarily, but I do agree with you in that there is a lot more story to be told.
I shall destroy them.
Whenever I first chatted with Zach about coming on board this project, I was blown away with just this teeming imagination, and he has created a universe that is just so expansive and seemingly infinite. In all directions, because of course I needed to ask him about Balisarius' backstory. We see fragments of his story in these first two films and a few flashbacks. And I'm playing an older version of myself, so there's obviously like the young story to be told.
The grey suits you.
The grey suits me, so I've got nothing to worry about. Only I could never grow a beard like that in a million years. Magic of cinema, again. But yes, there of course is more of this story to be told. This has been a wonderful first outing, and hopefully we get to see more of this story because there's a lot more to come, and it's a world that I've certainly fallen in love with.
The Scargiver herself. Are you truly prepared to allow this to continue in your name?
There's the director's cuts coming soon. Is there like a scene or something about those that you're really excited for people to see?
Yeah, I'll start. I think what really drew me to the project, other than getting to work with Staz Nair and all these awesome people, other than the obvious, was the director's cut specifically is kind of a lot more gritty and a lot more scuzzy. And I say this a lot in interviews, and it's only because I mean it. Like, if we were living in a dystopian future where there was one planet, so a kind of autonomously dictating how and where people eat and surviving at the cost of one kind of superpower, people would be horrible. People don't get held accountable for what they do in their own countries. If you could do something and then go off world and have no one reprimand you for it, the world would be dirty. It would be dangerous. It would be scary and quite dark. And I think, a lot of the time when we do these beautiful dystopian science fiction stories, we lose some of the realism for the sake of charm. And these kind of worlds, they wouldn't be charming. They would be difficult. And I think the director's cut gives more of that kind of scuzzy realism.
Yeah, it's also like it feels like a different film in a way, and it starts. Yes, I saw just the first one, the extended version of the first one. It starts with completely different scenes, and there are like a lot of Easter eggs. A lot of what you see or hear in movie one, you understand the full scope of it in the extended. It's like, oh, that's what happened. Like there are a lot of Easter eggs. Actually, it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, to my knowledge, Zach said he wants them to be roughly around 3 hours each. So you're kind of getting an hour on each movie. I hope I didn't give a spoiler there.
I look forward to. There are certain scenes that I think I forgot about.
Yeah.
Because we started filming 2 years ago, and we shot for 10 months. We did so much within that time, and I feel like when I saw the PG-13 of movie 1 and 2, I was like, what about that moment? And that moment was like, oh, it's going to be in the extended version. And yeah, it's exciting.
We will teach you how to fight.
It's probably more just like a sense of what those films are, because they will really feel very, very different.
There is a scene which was the first 11 pages of the script that we had, the 179-page script.
Yeah.
So the first 11 pages of that, no one's ever seen.
Yeah.
Because by nature could only be in the R-rated cut. And that was fun to shoot. And I'm excited for people to see that. Also, I don't know whether to be worried or excited, because the people at Netflix, and people keep saying to me, have you seen the R-rated cut yet? And they say, have you seen your alien sex scene yet? They're like, it's crazy. You really went for it, didn't you? And I'm like, yeah, I mean, I go for every take and scene. Yeah, like, I don't hold back, but, you know, so I'm super excited to see that. And hope I don't become too much of a meme. Laughing stock, and I don't embarrass my children.